And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
They'll try and start this drive in the air, eluding the pressure right.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, and the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
He'll look to throw, and it's caught. Touchdown! Devontae Adams with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list.
And the Raiders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is in his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
Touchdown, Houston!
That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On play action, they'll throw. He hits Adams complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards
first down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
Watch out now, 50 Fury. Yellow, line.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it.
The 20. 5. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. It really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick turnaround 96 hours later. Here we go. They're back at it. And I've got to think, especially early in the year, that's a good thing for these guys, is it not?
It absolutely is. And we've seen it many times demonstrated over the years. Teams have a rough opening game, have to play the Thursday game. That quick turnaround allows them to go ahead and throw the other game out, focus on the new one, and typically they play much better in game two. So I would agree with you totally on that.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
The Raiders had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because
trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. In motion left goes Cooks. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys that have a little extra pep in their step, you go to them early and often.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Texans 14, Raiders 7.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down in distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Now they send the tight end in motion left. Now they bring the tight end in motion right. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Max Crosby able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. McCann's kick is good.
And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Thrown out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. That's a jet sweep. This is Adams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here we go.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Houston. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2. And they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Raiders 7.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Slot man moves right. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was... And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play.
Now back to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal.
Kamara is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. McCann for the point after.
And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Texans 31, Raiders 7.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready, play.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Ready.
The Texans here on third down putting an extra defender in the secondary. And my goodness, another interception. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get... And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. but you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on, but it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Texans are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown score or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ballgame, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks. Like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Ready up.
They're going to try and throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
So a chance to breathe easier now. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Von Bell.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Kamara up the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Ultra.
He'll drop to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
And now he is just 2 catches away from 1,000 on his career. 998 currently.
52 blaster.
Back to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early.
Okay.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
22 meters. Field flat.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
They'll go for a gain of 7. And 3rd and 8 now.
It's the gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now we watch everything with great anticipation because he just had his 999th reception. And yes, math majors, the next one, a big one, 1,000.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
On the set. Blue stripe. Red cycle. Right. White.
They'll look to throw again. Caught on the right side by Adams.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And he's done it.
1,000 career catches with that last reception.
I don't care what you've done in your life. How many things have you done 1,000 times of significance? How about this? With that catch, now closing in on the top 10 all-time in NFL history, a very significant achievement. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Six. Yellow, go. Smash, red.
They'll drop to throw. And now here's another interception.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
A 10th carry for Kamara. Down to the 41.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run right on the option. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 107 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there, getting the safeties involved in run support.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Pierce. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
On now, Tucker McCann. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. McCann's kick up and good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Steps away to his left. And my goodness, another interception.
Jalen Petrie picks it off. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Again, it's Kamara. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Back to throw. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
Texans, 1st down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door.
Let's go.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And they take a knee. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
17.
Second and 13. And his throw here's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16.
It's 4th down.
Black shot. 5-2.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He hits Adams complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. And now here is another interception. Runs over it and shedding the tackle, and now some room. And they will score a pick-6 for the Texans TD.
McCann now for the extra point.
And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
A short kick taken at the 18. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And they will remain well behind.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level.